Hello and welcome. My name's Superstain and this is your weekly news and pre-order video covering all of the new releases from Games Workshop. I want to say a massive thank you to all of you members that support the channel every month. It really does make a massive difference and allows me to pick up some of the pre-orders that are being released. A big thank you to all of you subscribers and everybody that uses the Element Games affiliate link and Crystal code to get yourself 20% off of your Warhammer. So without further ado, let's go on to the news right here, and we'll go back to about a week ago to the 24th of August. Last week on Saturday we had the pre-orders of the Blood Angels in the form of the Blood Angels army set, which only really included two new models, Astorath the Grim right here and Lemartes in their sort of Primaris forms. They are on their kind of tactical basis, so they raise up a little bit, and then the other sort of new release was the Blood Angels upgrade sprue, which gives you some kind of Blood Angels icons and Death Guard symbols and things for both the Dreadnought, the Brutalis Dreadnought, and all of your intercessors, your combat intercessors and your assault intercessors. Also got a pack of cards in that set and a new codex, but we've seen that artwork before. Then there were some new pre-orders for Legions Imperialis, basically epic 30k, in the form of a Legion Saber Strike Tank Squadron with a couple of weapon options. Then you've got the Termite Assault Drills and the Lehman Russ Exterminator and Annihilator Squadron. Also, there are a few pre-orders for Middle-earth Rise of Angmar, this new kind of game with 22 new narrative play scenarios and new profiles for 13 characters from the period and some new minis as well. Very, very nice. Good to see Lord of the Rings getting some love. And then, apart from all of those pre-orders, we also had Morven Vaal, Spear of Faith, a novel by Jude Reed, or should I say Dr. Jude Reed. And that was it for the pre-orders for last Saturday. There are more this Saturday today. We also had an article, just a quick click article of Operation Hivestorm if you want to sign up. Then the next day, I've been bigging it up in all of my live streams last week when I was building Mechanicum. I was talking about when they're going to release the rest of the Mechanicum forces and things, and it hasn't even been a week. It's been a week since the Mechanicum Army Set Battle Group was released. It was released last week and on the Saturday, and now a week later, you've got the rest of them up for pre-order. So it'll be in 2 weeks' time. So that's a 3-week gap from release to release. You've got the Martian Civil War, which contains 168 pages. Kudos to Games Workshop for actually highlighting how many pages it's going to be long before it's up for pre-order. Gives you an idea whether you want to pick this book up. It is 30 pages less than the Battle for Beta Garmin book, but it's also about 40 pages more than the Liber Mechanicum Army book itself, so it's actually more pages than that, which is pretty cool. Model wise, we've got the Archmagos Prime or Archmagos Prime. Looks a very 40k to me. We haven't seen any other options for it, whether there's different weapons, whether there's a different head. I genuinely think it's just going to be that, and I do wonder whether they were initially going to bundle this in with that Battle Group box set. It would have made a lot of sense to do that, but it might have put people off buying multiples of the sets if there's only one of these minis that doesn't have any options. Also, the rest of the Mechanicum are up for pre-order, which includes the Thalax Cohort, 6 models, very nice kit, one of my favourites. The Castellax Battle Automata, Maniple, and then brand new kit, the Thanatar Cavas Siege Automata. This one is equipped with the Helix Pattern Plasma Mortar. I prefer the Callus Siege Automata with the big Solex las cannon weapon, but this one is still pretty nice. It just would have been good if we had both weapon options in one set, maybe magnetization options. But you just know that they're going to release the other variant now that they've got this body and torso in plastic. Also, the Tech Thralls Covenant available separately, 20 of them, and the Triaros Armoured Conveyor, my favourite kit in the set. Mechanicum dice set are going to be released as well, 19 dice and then 1 scatter dice, so 20 in total. They look very similar to the Horus Heresy Legion specific dice sets, which are great. Also, Warhammer The Old World, we've got some new pre-orders for Warriors of Chaos. This is the Arcane Journal. And then the Warriors of Chaos Battalion, which contains 44 miniatures. Got the dice set and the cards, and then the minis released separately, like the Chaos Warriors upgrades, the Chaos Chosen and Command, the classic Warriors of Chaos characters, of which I have a few of these. I think I have this one and the Sorcerer and this Champion, and then you've got more Chaos monsters. I'm particularly looking at this Chaos Spawn type creature, and maybe the Chaos Trolls. You got Dwarven Mountain Holds made to order, which I think they're going to be in metal. And then Black Library, we've got The End of the Death Volume 1 in paperback finally, and then Collection 13, the French edition, and Omnibus 15, the German edition, as well as the Imperial Palace Undone map, which looks fantastic. Another map to add to my wall of maps. And then Warhammer Plus, we had a Citadel Colour Masterclass and Lore Masters, and then a little look at the preview, which took place Wednesday of this week. The next day, there was an article about the Martian Civil War to kind of whet your appetite for these new minis that have been released. There's quite a few Triaros armoured conveyors there, with some Secutari Peltasts, if you weren't aware of what those were. You've also got some tanks. Gives me hope that there will be some plastic tanks coming for Mechanicum, and then some more artwork. Are you ready for the Warhammer Preview Show, Nova Open 2024? The Old World Almanac, Chaos in the Old World. So we had a little look at these. And it's kind of like a designer sort of article, interview thing going on. We had the Rumour Engine, 27th. Just looks like some kind of nice Tanto type blade. Kill Team Hivestorm lore. Dive into the story behind the Tempestus Aquilans. So a little article about them there. And then the Tithes, episode 2, A Sister of Silent Stars, in this new animated trailer. So another trailer, and then you've got the Sister of Silence. So it's pretty nice. Inquisitor Fiction, infiltrate the archives for top secret titles from Black Library. So, of course, you've got Eisenstorn, in my opinion, one of Dan Abnett's best ever works. You've also got his miniature, but this is the Omnibus, and I think I, was first really got into Warhammer Fiction back in 2004 with the Eisenhorn Omnibus. So, good 20 years ago. You got Ravener, the Omnibus again. Ravener is pretty good. You got Erasmus Crowell for the Vaults of Terror by Chris Raitt. Very good books, those. Then there's a look at the Warhammer 40,000 Combat Patrol new subscriptions. So this is off of the Conquest magazines. Basically includes a lot of the miniatures that we got in Leviathan. In fact, it includes probably all of them, it seems. You've got the Terminators, you've got the Infernus Marines, you've got the Tyranid side, and then you've got a load of other factions. It's a bit of a mismatch of minis. I'm not sure who this is for. Is it for people that just like miniatures from all kinds of different races and factions and things? Is it for super collectors? I'm just coined that now. Super collectors like myself who just collect everything, like every army. For me, there's a lot of nice miniatures in here, such as like some Gene Stealers and some Orcs that I would like to get more of, and some Eldari as well. But for me, I've already got multiples of these, and I'm not really needing another set of Leviathan, which is what you're paying with this subscription. You get this new Infernus Marine Sergeant, but I would have preferred something better, a Captain or something, or I don't know, some new thing. You can also upgrade to Premium, so it's a little bit like DLC, or like the gold edition of games and things, where you get some extra kits. You're getting Brutalis Dreadnought, you're getting the Demon Prince and some Banshees and some Killer Cans, and then the Dawn tank as well. So yeah, if you're new to the hobby, or you kind of collect every faction, and if you kind of collect every faction, there might not be a need for bumping up all of your forces. You probably already got a lot, but yeah, it's at the point now where I'm not sure who it's for. Previously, when it was just 2 factions, that's great. For anybody new to the hobby, that's a way of getting 2 big armies that you could, one of the armies you make could use. Now it seems to include lots of different factions, and as I say, I doubt it's for anyone new to the hobby, because that's a lot of investment, collecting all those different armies, and also it's a bit of a temptation for you to start collecting multiple armies too. Then we've got the Warhammer preview show Nova Open 2024. So welcome to all of the events. So they've split it down into these. So you've got Stormcast Eternal article here, where they go through a new model, Iridan the Witness. Looks nice. I do like this Morgriff Ariax. Very nice. I probably would paint it a different colour. And then you've got a Lord Vigilant on Morgriff. So is it the same mini, but just, different poses and things? You've got a Lord Celestant, a Lord Relictor. Very nice. You've got Lord Terminus and Reclusians. And then you've got some Stormstrike Paladors. Yeah, nice colour scheme. And you've got a Stormreach portal. And then the book for Stormcast Eternals. And then a little bit of a roadmap. I'm not sure about all of these roadmaps. They're very, very vague. I would have expected more detail. But that's what you've got for Stormcast Eternals. For these, the dwarves, for these, Hashnut's Finest, you've got Blood Bowl. So you've got some Tsar Nagrund Ziggurats. So you've got those for Blood Bowl. And that's about it. Then you've got roadmaps for each of the different sort of game systems. So 40k, it looks like, it says right here, new edition for 40k rollout so far. You've got data slate releases still to come. You've got Blood Angels end the year. So it says Blood Angels end the year. We're barely into September. We've got 3 months left. That's it then, it seems. It says Blood Angels end the year. So they've ended the year of 2024. Next year, so nothing at all for the next 3 months, it seems. But next year, you've got Astra Militarum, Eldari, and Imperial Knights. It says here... the Astra Militarum will be next to deploy after Blood Angels, but it does say 2025 there. It says the Death Corps of Krieg are mustering a force, and you get some new plastic kits. So that's nice. That's good news. And yeah, as I say, Eldari and Imperial Knights for next year. The other roadmaps, you've got Age of Sigmar. I think I just sort of touched upon that. But for those, you've got still to come. You've got Battle Tomes galore. You've got Skaven, Stormcast Eternals, and Slaves to Darkness. That'd be nice to get Slaves to Darkness Battle Tome. 2025, you've got Spearhead Destruction. So Gloomspike Gits, and then Death will be announced, and then Army Boxes and Spearheads. For the Old World, we'll go to Horus Heresy last, I think. For the Old World, we've got Dwarven Mountain Holds, Warriors of Chaos, which we've got at the moment. 2025, you've got Empire of Man and High Elves. And more factions, Army Boxes, Heroes, Plastic, Metal, and Resin. So they're still pushing the 3 different material types for the Warhammer Old World. final one, Warhammer Horus Heresy, which is the most interesting for me. It says still to come. You've got the Mechanicum continue to deploy. Other factions lurk, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. That's interesting, that little teaser. Other factions, will we get other factions within this year? That's what it says for 2024. But then next year, we've got something new every month. We've kind of have had something new every month in the form of like 1 miniature or 2 miniatures or something like that. And it's mainly tanks. So yeah, next year is going to be tank year for me. Thank you very much. It's going to be fantastic. I can't wait. I'd like to know what tanks we've still got left. We've got... I don't know if they'll do a Mastodon in plastic. That would be nice though. But I think the price for that would be pretty high. But they've still got some tanks to make. They've got a load of variants for Land Raiders. They've got a few Sicarans to make variant wise. They've got the Rhinos and Predators and things covered. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what other tanks, maybe some Super Heavies next year. More Legions Imperialis. And that's it. So this is like one of the most vague roadmaps, I think, compared to the others. And that's it for the Nova Open. Yeah. You've also got this Middle Earth mini Wolf. Interesting. Nice cool mini. You've got the Old World Almanac opening, the Forbidden Arcane Journal, Warriors of Chaos, what's new in the supplement. So another like little interview with the sort of Battle Tome or Almanac designer. Walking is for Heretics. Tempestus Aquilans drop right into combat. So you get a little look at these. And then you've got Rapid Insertion. Upcoming Warhammer events at Warhammer World in Tampa. So Dallas, Tacoma, Tampa Bay, Atlanta. So we've got quite a few of those. And then the Old World Almanac, Rules for the Rules Gods. Warhammer Age of Sigmar, new battle tomes for a new edition. So you've got Stormcast Eternals and Skaven. They look very nice. And then magnificent Mechanicum miniatures painted by talented community. So these are the Castellax, the Thalax, and that's about it. Doesn't look like they've been given any Thanatars and things, which, yeah, maybe we'll get them next week. We'll have a preview of those. And that's it for the news. Let's go on over to Games Workshop web store and have a look at all of these Mechanicum that are up for pre-order today. Okay, so here we are on Games Workshop's web store, and we've got a big thumbnail for Warriors of Chaos. I mean, it's kind of to be expected. I probably would have put Mechanicum on the front of the page because they're releasing everything for Mechanicum today, like all of the individual releases and things. But yeah, it's always a tough call to, you know, what to put on your banner of your store. But if we just go to new, and it goes down to pre-orders and then price descending, we have a little look here. So these are the pre-orders for today, Saturday, the 31st of August, last day of August, guys. Can you believe it? In a few months' time, it will be getting dark at 4 and going to be very cold here in the Northern Hemisphere. In the Southern Hemisphere, you've got your summer to look forward to. Anyway, Blood Angels Army set was last week pre-order, but today we've got the Warriors of Chaos Battalion. So £110. Yeah, I mean, it's got some really cool classic minis in there, and it is just Warriors of Chaos. Fantastic. Like, I would so be picking this up if I could. Oh, with the snowy bases and things. Brilliant. 44 minis. You've got 2 Chaos Chariots. They can alternatively be built as Gore Beast Chariots. 10 Chaos Knights, 32 Chaos Warriors, and 1 new Chaos Warriors, and 1 new Warriors on Chaos, and 1 new Warriors of Chaos transfer sheet. You've got 636 plastic components, would have been nice to have some kind of HQ and things, but I'm not sure whether you get them in these battalions. Then big release today for the pre-orders. These are coming out in 2 weeks' time, by the way. Like the Warriors of Chaos Battalion, look, 14th September. This is just what they do now. It's what Games Workshop have done. I don't know whether this is set in stone, whether it's always going to be a 2-week pre-order window. I think it is now. I think they're so used to it and they're comfortable with it that I don't think they'll go back to weekly releases, which sucks because I've got an issue with giving companies, massive companies as well, worldwide, multi-billion pound companies, my money, you know, half a month in advance, because anything can happen. I would have preferred them to have weekly releases, like weekly pre-orders. I can just about wait for a week. When we're talking about, you know, small plastic minis, when we're talking about bigger purchases and things, that's a bit different. But yeah, 2 weeks to wait. Now, price-wise, £63.25 may seem like a lot of money, and it is. But the resin Mechanicum Thanatar Calyx is, I think I called it the Calice earlier, but it is £103 and there's no escaping that. I'm pretty sure the plasma one was a similar price, very close to that £100 price point. You are saving £40, and then when you get a 20% discount and get it for $50, you're talking about, you know, less than half price. You can get 2 of these for the same price as the resin one. You're not going to get a discount for the resin one. So yeah, 63 quid's a lot, but you can get it for 50, and you know, you can get 2 of them now. They are going to take you longer to build, probably 3 to 4 times longer to build than the resin minis. So again, it depends on how much you value your time, or whether you like to get more time for your money. You know, these will have considerably more parts than the resin kit, thus taking you longer. And I've done loads of videos about how they do. But it depends on whether you like to spend that time, like you want to spend as much time in the hobby as possible, or you just want to smash them out and have minis as quick as possible. But anyway, I'm going off on tangents. £63 will get you one of these, 175 plastic components. Going to be a nice project, you know, almost 200 components. Going to be sort of a tank size project. 120mm round base. You've got almost 400 transfers as well. You've only got the primary weapon, which is the plasma mortar. It's a shame that, you know, that they didn't have the las cannon one, but who knows how much that would have been. It would have been at least 80 quid, I'm thinking, if they had both of the weapon options in there. Anyway, that's the Thanatar. That's going to be very popular today. Might not be as popular as the las cannon version. I'm not sure. Maybe people like the look of this more. You've also got the Triaros Armoured Conveyor, and I tell you what, Super Saiyan was right on the money here when he predicted that this would be the same price as the Dracosan. What's the Dracosan? £57. He's done it again. Honestly, this guy. I expected that. The main reason is, although this is bigger than the Dracosan, and this includes 119 plastic components. I think the Dracosan consists of considerably more. 154, you see. So yeah, that's a difference of what, 35 parts or so more for the Dracosan, but you're going to have a lot more parts left over. With this, it's a WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. You're going to get no extra parts. It's going to build just like that. It's a fantastic model. You have a lot of fun with it. So if you weren't able to get the Mechanicum Battle Group, which you're just crazy if you're going to get one of these and not going to get the Battle Group. The Battle Group, I've had a look this morning. You can still get the Battle Group in loads of places, including Element Games. So yeah, use my code and use the affiliate link and the code if you can. Then you can get yourself, then you can save even more money. But that box set is still about £110 with a discount. So yeah, this is almost 60 for 50 quid more. You're getting the Thalax, you're getting the Castellax, you're getting the Tech Thralls. Fantastic. So that's the armored So that's a Triaros armoured conveyor for £57, which is what I kind of expected it would be. Then you've got some more old world. You've got some skin wolves. This is a pre-order expert kit, so this will be in the Forge World resin. Quite interesting that they've chosen to have these in resin, but they look good. I mean, they kind of are going to be tricky to paint, I tell you that. But yeah, multi-part resin kit, 24 resin components. It's not a toy, blah blah blah. But yeah, if you're after these sort of skin wolves in a Necron Flayer type look, then yeah, you go for these. You've got the Warriors Arnor. I think these were last week. You've got the Chaos Warriors, £52.50. Yeah, it's quite a lot really for Chaos Warriors. How many are you getting? What, like 32 with the square bases? Yeah, it really depends on how much you value nostalgia for those. You got the Warpfire Dragon pre-order expert kit. Again, this is going to be in the resin. This looks incredible. I really like this. I'm not sure about the color scheme. It's a bit odd, and I'd like to know what kind of paints and things they used for the chest area. But I do like the pillar. It's £52, which isn't too bad for a resin kit. You got 21 plastic components and 12 resin components. Interesting. Okay, so it's a resin and plastic kit. One of those. Not too bad though, I don't think, price-wise. Then you've got the Hell Cannon. This is a pre-order expert kit. Again, I'm thinking this will be resin and plastic. Multi-part resin kit's just a resin kit, so 35 resin components, 100mm base, so that's £52. Again, available in 2 weeks' time. You got the Gigantic Spawn of Chaos. I'd love to get this. I hope this is around for a while. Again, 14th September. I want one of these for my Death Guard, for my Nurgle sort of forces. I think it's great. It's got like a mouth coming out of the side of it. £52, full resin kit, 17 resin components. Won't take you too long to put together, I don't think. Then you got the Dragon Ogre Shaggoth. Another classic looking mini there. £52, full resin, 10 components. Very quick and easy to build that one. Werewolves of Angmar, that's out of stock, unfortunately. That was last week. You got the Thalax cohort. I think I did guess these would be about 45 to £50. I was hoping they'd be between 45 and 50 actually. That's not too bad for 6 of them, and you get a number of weapon options. Like you're going to get 2 photon thrusters, 2 plasma fusils, 2 multi-melters, and then of course you've got 6 lightning guns as well. Not quite sure why they're showing an illegal unit makeup there with 3 special weapons. Maybe it's just to show you that, you know, they are the weapon options that you get in the sets. It's good to show customers like what it includes. 232 plastic components, fantastic kit, one of my favorites in the box set. If you want these, pick up the box set. Like, just pick up that set, because let's face it, let's just round these up. Say these are 50 and the armor conveyor is 60. That's 110. That's the price of the box set, and you're also getting your Tech Thralls and your Castellax, so you might as well just get the box set. Speaking of which, here are the Tech Thralls Covenant, £47.50. I did, again, this guy, he did predict that they would be a similar sort of price to the las rifle section, which again are £47.50. The only downside with these is I don't think they're worth that. I'll say that right now. The las rifle sort of section has loads more parts. Well, at least I think it does. Let's have a quick check of that. Let's have a quick fact check. So you've got 284 plastic components apparently, and the Solar Auxilia, and I was 1000% completely right, 380 plastic components. You get way more parts here with the Solar Auxilia and dare I say, kind of options, posability options maybe. You've got command gear as well, different chest plates, a different sprue. They're a better kit, no doubt. The tech thralls kind of remind me of like an easy to build kit. You know, you can't move their weapons. You can change their heads around, like their faceplate of their heads, and you can change their arms, but that is it. And you can take those bayonets off their las locks too. But yeah, I was expecting kind of 40 quid for them because they are very, very basic. But there we go, they've priced them at the same. Castellax Battle Automata Maniple, again, I think I predicted this about right, between 45 and 50. So that's sort of bang in the middle there. Again, this kit, I'm not quite sure. They were all right to build, and of course the end product, yeah, they're Castellax, they look great. But it doesn't show the sprues, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, it just says A. So a choice of shoulder mounted weapon options. You'll find 2 Mauler bolt cannons as well as a dark fire cannon and a multi-melter. So yeah, you're only going to be getting your 3 sprues in this kit. 1 sprue for one Castellax, 1 sprue for the other, and then a weapons option sprue that only has 2 Mauler bolt cannons, a pair of power blade arrays, 2 pairs of shock chargers, 1 dark fire cannon, and 1 multi-melter, which is disappointing. I was kind of hoping that for some reason they'd be generous and they'd give us 2 weapon option sprues there, so we could at least have 2 multi-melters or 2 dark fire cannons. So if you're wanting to make both of these multi-melters or both of them with dark fire cannons, you're not going to be able to do that. It's one of them's going to have 1 weapon, one's going to have the other, or both are going to have the Mauler bolt cannons, and that's what I highlighted in my review. Hope that's useful. Then you've got Chosen Chaos Warriors Command, £47.50 for these, for 5 little Chaos Warriors. Metal kit, 15 components. You'll build them within an hour, easily. I'd be surprised if you don't, but yeah, quite pricey those. Then you've got the Chaos Lord on Manticore, £47.50. So this is going to be multi-part plastic kit. Consists of 62 plastic components. It's a fair amount for amount. And then you've got a number of options. I like this cloaked Zinch option thing. And yeah, is that different head options maybe? Different tail options? Don't know why they showed the tail there. But yeah, number of options for that one. Not too bad. You've got Aranath, and so all of these Lord of the Rings are from before. But this is the new map, the Imperial Palace Undone map. Not sure whether I'll get this. I've got a number of Imperial Palace maps now. I think I've got like 7 or 8 of them. Yeah, and they do add up after a while. You know, that is what, 240 quid's worth of maps. Yeah, it's starting to add up. There's only so many maps of the Imperial Palace you can get, but we'll see. I might change my mind by the end of the day. The other map you can still, from a few months ago actually, you can still pick up. It's still available, so no doubt this one probably will be as well. You've got the Dragon Ogres pre-order, £40 for those. They're coming out in 2 weeks time. Multi-part plastic kit, 73 components. Interesting. You've got the Chimera. £40. It's not too bad. 23 plus components. You've got some more Middle-earth minis. And then you've got the Campaigns of Age of Darkness. I mentioned at the start of this video, well, near the start of the video at least, that this consists of 168 pages, of which they've put here in bold, which is fantastic, and they should do that for all of the books and all the novels. I really do like that. You've got the Mars campaign, you've got core missions, you've got Apex missions, Dark Signs of the Questoris, Automata Malefica, so rules for using the corrupted engines within a traitor Mechanicum force, relic hunt missions and additional unit profiles. Includes 3 Legiones Astartes army list profiles and 1 Mechanicum army list profile for the Krios squadron. And then a showcase. Now, I have pre-ordered this book just because I want to read more about Mechanicum, and I think it's a nice book to have with the Mechanicum release, and I want to support it. But there's not going to be many data sheets and things, because we've already had the book 2 years ago, the Liber Mechanicum Army book. So yeah, you know, your mileage may vary with this one. Yeah, you know, but it is more pages than that army book. But it's not up to that 200 page of the Beta Gamma book, which is a fantastic book. I do get comments now and again, super, should I be buying these books? If you like the lore and you enjoy reading it and you like to see some of the artwork and things, yeah, they're worth it. But from kind of a rules point of view, unless you're playing lots of games and you want new scenarios and things, then possibly not. But I would probably say if you're into Horus Heresy, you enjoy the lore. I'm not sure why you'd be into it if you didn't enjoy it. You got the Chaos Chosen. You got the Chosen Chaos Warriors, £37. Yeah, a little bit cheaper than the Command at £47.50. You're sort of, you know, 10 quid cheaper there, and they've got to be metal as well, surely. Yeah, metal kit, 15 metal components. They're going to be straightforward to build. You've got the Rise of Angmar, which is last week, and some more Middle-earth minis. You've got the Legions Imperialis from last week too. You've got some Chaos Trolls, which I think are new, and the Chaos Ogres. They're both £28. And so the Chaos Ogre Command, actually, that includes 3. So are these in metal as well, the Chaos Trolls, or resin? Multi-part metal kit, 12 components. Yeah, pretty standard. I'm thinking 3 metal components each troll. Probably a similar deal with the ogres. 11 metal components. Okay. So yeah, if you like those, you know, you can now pick them up. Another Middle-earth, or some more Middle-earth minis dotted around. Warriors of Chaos dice set's now sold out, but you can still get the Mechanicum dice set. £26. I haven't bought dice for a long time. One of the reasons is because I just kind of admire them and I hardly ever use them. And secondly, it just rubs off on me the wrong way of paying, you know, over £1 per dice. There's just something about that. You got more. Then we've got the next new release for Mechanicum, which is the Archmagos Prime. Not sure about this. I think it should have been cheaper, like 20, maybe £21, considering that you don't get any options from what it looks like. You've just got the Volkite Serpenta thing, and then you've got a conversion beamer, and then you've got a sort of staff. 33 plastic components though is quite a lot, to be fair. So it's a bit of a project, really. I can't wait to get him though. I'm still looking forward to getting him and giving you an unboxing and review, and explaining whether you think he's worth it. Personally, I don't think he works well with Mechanicum from his aesthetic point of view. Yes, he shares some cues, but I'm more expecting kind of, rather than the tech priest kind of thing that would worship machines, which is more prevalent in the 40k universe than the Horus Heresy one, because they actually knew how to do stuff in Horus Heresy, and they knew to switch things on rather than like pray to the Omnissiah and all those kind of things. Obviously the Omnissiah still sort of existed, but yeah, it's a lot less religious in 30k, and yeah, I would have liked to have seen more of a slower slug type zoomorphism kind of Magos, but still, you know, this one falls into the line of kind of like a wizard type thing, which, you know, is sort of there for the code that they blurt out to their units. But yeah, £24 for that one. Then some more Lord of the Rings, and then Morven Val. I think, was this last week? I think it was last week, and it's pre-order for next week. £20. Again, I'm very apprehensive, because it will be made in China, and the page quality, it's just the page quality that really affects whether I buy any Games Workshop Black Library books now. For £20 you expect, at least like Siege of Terror page quality. You've got some Sorcerers and old minis for Chaos. So you've got this Chaos Lord on mount, for instance, very nice model. 10 metal components. I think these are all metal, including this Sorcerer, which I'm pleased I picked up for like a tenner back in the day. You got the Arcane Journal, Warriors Chaos. £16.50. 48 pages. Not too many pages, but it is just like a little journal. More Middle Earth minis and Chaos Warriors Great Weapons upgrade set for £10.50. Halberds upgrade set for £10.50, and then a Champion for £9. I don't think I paid much more than that for that Champion though. Then you've got the End and the Death Volume 1 in paperback, £8.99, which is pretty much a bargain, I think, for that price. Pretty good. That's what they should be. All of them should be released in paperback at the same time as hardback and special editions, in my humble opinion. So that is it. That's all of the news and pre-orders. Quite exhaustive. I was expecting more with the Nova Open. I'm not going to lie. It would have been great to see more reveals. Just like one new model for each of the new factions and things, and or even like a CAD. A picture of like a CAD screen or something, like they used to do with Horus Heresy. Like if they showed us part of a CAD design new tank for Horus Heresy next year, or part of one plastic Kriegsman for 40k or something like that, I think that would have added to the hype a bit more. Maybe they will do that. Maybe they'll take that on board and give us more sort of little previews in that format. But just to say, here's the roadmap, this is what we're expecting, and not to have a detailed roadmap like, the first quarter we're going to have this Sakaran, the second quarter we're going to have a Fellblade in plastic, third quarter Mastodon, things like that. That would have been great. No mention of flyers. It's a bit sad. I was really hoping they'd showcase or at least mention the Xiphon Interceptor, because it's or transport or drop pods or something like dreadnought drop pods for you. All those contemporary dreadnoughts and things that people have obviously own now. That would be great. But having a Xiphon Interceptor in plastic would be super. What do you guys think of all of the news and these pre-orders? Are you hyped up for Mechanicum? I've pre-ordered the Thanatar, the Archmagos, and the book, as well as I've picked up a second box of the battle group. I don't know whether I'd ever pick up a third box, now that these are all released separately. I've done it more of a value proposition, that I could always see myself owning at least 12 at least 12 Thalax, and at least 4 Castellax, and at least 2 Triaros. The tech thralls I'm not that fussed about, but in future I probably would buy another pack of Thalax and another pack of Castellax, and then call it a day for the Mechanicum force. It's not going to be a big army. It's not going to be equivalent to even one of the legions, but it's nice to hear in that roadmap that they're going to be releasing some legion specific models in plastic. That was a good revelation. I think it's long overdue. It's also, though, put me off buying anything for Imperial Fists or Emperor's Children, other than maybe a couple of the characters and things. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be good to hear from you. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.